Hello friends, Ravi this side from Learn and Grow channel. So this is my first video on this channel. In the future I am planning to make videos on Python, all the Linux admin, shell scripting, Docker container, CI/CD, Jenkins. So if you like this video, then please subscribe or like it so that in future I can get the motivation to record more videos. So without doing any further delay, let us start. So today we are going to discuss the redirection in Linux. So it is very powerful thing, but most of the people don't know the logic behind this. First I will cover the theory part and then we will see the practical thing, so the things will be crystal clear to you. So what is redirection and how it help us? So whenever you execute any program or command in Linux, there are three things associated with it: standard input, standard output, and standard error. Standard input means the input you can give to your program. Standard output, what output it produce, and standard error. If any error is encountered during the execution, then it will show it. Standard input is basically our keyboard. So from keyboard we take the standard input. Standard output and standard error is by default our terminal screen. We can also overwrite it. So whenever required, by using these standard output input error, we can modify where we want to redirect our output input and standard error. We will also discuss the real life scenario where it is useful to us. Okay, so we can also denote the three redirection by a integer file subscriptor. 0 means standard input, 1 means standard output, and 2 means standard error. Okay, I will follow these notes throughout our class. Okay, let us go into screen. So whenever you execute a command ls, suppose you want to redirect the ls output to any file abc.txt. This is your standard output. You are redirecting the ls output to abc command. You can also write in this way: standard output file subscriptor abc.txt. So this syntax or this you can use by default. This means one standard output. Okay. One of the good example is, suppose you want to create a file by using cat command. You don't have the vim or vi installed, then you can use cat uh, file1.txt, enter. Here you can write and then control C. So in this way your file is ready. This was regarding standard output. Okay, standard input symbol is this. We very rarely use it. I have only two or three example available with me that I will explain when we require it. Or maybe we can see here. There is a in Linux we have mail command. One second, mail command. So mail program, suppose you have to send the mail by using some file, you can use it. I don't have too much example for this input operator. It's very rare used. Mainly we deal with error and output. Okay. One thing more. Suppose you want to redirect. Now abc.txt has some content already. By using this, you are specifying that you will append to the abc.txt. The content will not be overwritten. So now if I will open abc.txt, you will see this. So this was standard output. Okay, now I will go with uh, error one. So error you denote by 2, uh, descriptor integer descriptor 2. So let us take example. I have a ls command and there is one file abc.txt, and there is one file, suppose it doesn't exist. So see, ls gives, this is your standard error and this is your standard output. Now you want that your standard error should not be visible to you, it should go to some file. Suppose one file is there. Now see, only output is visible to you. Okay, suppose you want to send the output to one file, output.txt, and your standard error to error.txt. Now do this. Nothing is visible on the terminal. If you'll open cat error.txt, you will see your error is in this, and output.txt will contain your output that was without error. Now questions comes where these things are generally required. So let us take example of cron job. Usually your cron execute in the night time, and whenever a cron execute, it produce the output in the you can see the cron output in the mail command. But suppose you are running some cron and you want to see its output or want to store its output. So suppose you have a cron job command, so you can do this thing, cron error, you can do in this way. So what will happen, whenever your cron job will execute, it will write the error in this file, cron error.txt. So at any time you can access this file and see what exact error is produced by my cron job. One more center is also there. This was the command. There is dev null. Dev null is a directory in Linux that take all the inputs, but it's like null directory. It doesn't get filled. It is like hypothetical type of directory. So in this way, if you don't want to store your output, you can redirect to it dev null. You can do this thing. So in most of your shell script, when you run the shell script, you will get such type of syntax. Suppose some command is running, then you want that the error whatever come, it should not come to the user screen. You can redirect it to in this way. You can use in such a way. Okay. One more example. We were discussing this. You can write this syntax uh, as output.txt, and by using this ampersand and 1, you are saying that whatever where your output standard output is going, your error will go to same file. So everything will be contained in output.txt. Now do cat output.txt. You see everything is here. So we now have the power to control, instead of like relying on our standard output error they should come to screen, we can store it for the future, or we can like nullify it by moving it to dev null directory. So let us see my notes. So this thing is clear. This example I have shown you, if you do this, then it will append to the output file. One is std out, two is std error. This syntax I have already explained it to you. This means these two are okay. This one is 2 ampersand 1 means same file will be there where the output of standard output will go, 2 will go this. Means send 1 ampersand 2 means send output to std error. It means where is our standard error is going, redirect the standard output to the same file. Okay, so we can use this ampersand without descriptor, redirect both 1 and 2. I hope this is clear. Output redirection I have explained to you. Okay, mail program, this is for input, standard input. Why error redirection? Redirection is one of popular feature. Okay, let's take example of find command to explain this logic more. Suppose I have user test user, so it is not super user, so it will not have access to the all the files. Suppose I run a find command and I want to search a file abc.txt. See, lot of permission denied error coming. So user don't want to see these error. So what we can do? We can do one. What was the command? Okay, suppose this was the find command. Let me run it again. Lot of error is coming. Now I want to modify that. I should not see error, so you can redirect the error to, you can nullify your standard error. So now you will get only the required error. This is also one of the use case. This is clear. This I have explained. Here find command I have explained to you. This I have also explained you. Okay. Suppose we take this example. I have already taken document ABC. So this is error. This is your output. So here you are redirecting your standard uh, output to dir list. So here error is coming, but your this standard output is not visible. Now in this case, in the ABC, you have redirected the standard output as well as the standard error. So nothing is coming on the screen. But if you will see the dir list file, you have the both standard output and standard error. Okay, so this is very important logic. You will see mostly this in your production environment to add the ampersand 1. This is the way your standard error will go to the same file where standard output was going. So these were the basic syntax. The main purpose to show you how we can control these standard redirection. So I will like repeat again. This is the most important syntax you will see. This means your output error will go into the same location where your standard output is going, and this is also you will see dev null. It means you are nullifying your standard error and your standard output. So I hope things are clear to you now when you require this. So if you like it, please subscribe my channel, and in the future I will make video like this so that you will learn the Linux concept and all the things will be crystal clear to you. Thank you guys.